In the darkness of night, Kyiv woke up to the roar of explosions and the wail of air raid sirens. Russia unleashed one of its largest night strikes in months, sending waves of cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, and swarms of attack drones toward Ukraine's capital. The primary targets: military infrastructure, command centers, air defense sites, logistics hubs, and repair facilities supporting the front lines. For hours, the sky over Kyiv lit up with intercepts and impacts. This was not a random barrage. It was a calculated, large-scale attempt to degrade Ukraine's ability to fight back. Welcome to Military Force. In this extended 8-minute breakdown, we examine Russia's latest massive night strike on Kyiv, how it was prepared and executed, the Ukrainian defense response, the damage to military infrastructure, the human cost, and what this escalation means for the broader war. Hit that like button right now and subscribe for detailed frontline analysis. Russia's decision to launch this major night operation reflects growing desperation on the battlefield, facing slow progress in Donetsk, heavy losses in manpower and equipment, and increasing Ukrainian pressure on Russian supply lines, especially toward occupied Crimea. Moscow is once again turning to long-range strikes on the Ukrainian rear. The goal is clear: disrupt command and control, damage logistics supporting Ukrainian units in the east and south, and force Ukraine to divert scarce air defense missiles away from the front. Preparation for such strikes is methodical. Russian forces spent weeks building up stockpiles of Caliber cruise missiles, Iskander ballistic missiles, Kinzhal hypersonic missiles, and thousands of Iranian-designed Shahed-type drones. Intelligence collection, through satellites, reconnaissance drones, and agents, focused on identifying high-value military targets in and around Kyiv. The night timing was chosen to exploit lower visibility, challenge Ukrainian air defenses, and maximize psychological pressure on both military personnel and civilians. The strike unfolded in multiple coordinated waves over several hours. The first wave consisted largely of decoy drones and cheaper Shaheds designed to saturate and exhaust Ukrainian air defenses. As operators responded to these initial threats, heavier and more sophisticated weapons followed, cruise missiles coming in at low altitude and ballistic missiles descending at high speed. Russian forces launched from multiple directions, including from the Caspian Sea region, occupied Crimea, and border areas, attempting to overwhelm the defensive network from different vectors. Ukrainian air defenses were pushed to the limit, but performed with remarkable professionalism. Patriot, NASAMS, SAMP-T, and a growing number of domestic systems engaged incoming threats across the capital region. Interceptors lit up the night sky as explosions echoed through the city. Many missiles and drones were destroyed before reaching their targets. However, the sheer scale and duration of the attack meant some strikes got through, hitting military infrastructure in the greater Kyiv area. Reports indicate damage to several logistics and repair facilities, temporary disruption to command nodes, and impacts on energy infrastructure supporting military operations. Ukrainian officials confirmed that the majority of threats were neutralized, but acknowledged that the prolonged assault caused serious challenges for air defense crews who operated without rest for many hours. The human dimension of this night strike was significant. While the primary targets were military, the sheer volume of incoming threats created chaos across the capital. Thousands of civilians once again rushed to underground metro stations, basements, and shelters. Families huddled together as explosions shook buildings. Emergency services moved through the city under alert conditions, ready to respond to any fires or debris from intercepts. The psychological toll of another major night attack added to the exhaustion many Kyiv residents have endured throughout the war. Despite the intensity, stories of resilience emerged quickly. Air defense operators stayed at their posts for the entire duration. Civilian volunteers helped guide people to shelters. Repair teams were already preparing to restore damaged infrastructure as soon as the all-clear sounded. This kind of endurance has become a defining characteristic of Ukrainian resistance. Strategically, Russia hopes these strikes will degrade Ukraine's ability to sustain its counter-pressure campaigns, particularly the drone operations targeting Russian fuel networks and supply lines to Crimea. By hitting military infrastructure in Kyiv, Moscow aims to slow down the flow of repairs, command coordination, and logistics that support frontline units. However, Ukraine has anticipated such attacks and built redundancy into its systems. Many critical functions are decentralized, mobile, or protected by layered defenses. This escalation also reveals Russia's current limitations. While capable of launching large salvos, the precision and overall effectiveness have diminished over time as Ukraine improves its air defenses and Russia burns through advanced missile stocks. Each expensive Caliber or Iskander missile used on rear-area targets is one less available for potential breakthroughs on the front. For Ukraine, the attack, while serious, has not achieved the strategic paralysis Russia sought. Air defense crews are already resupplying and repositioning. Repair work on damaged sites is underway. Most importantly, the Ukrainian spirit remains unbroken. These attacks only reinforce the determination to continue the fight and to strike back deeper into Russian territory. The international response has been swift and condemnatory. Western partners have reiterated support and fast-tracked additional air defense systems. The contrast is stark. Russia attacks cities and infrastructure, while Ukraine focuses increasingly on military and logistical targets inside Russia. As dawn broke over Kyiv and residents began emerging from shelters, the city once again showed its defiance. Damage is being assessed, fires are being extinguished, and the military continues its work. This massive night strike will not stop Ukraine's operations. If anything, it strengthens the resolve to accelerate pressure on Russian logistics and occupied territories. The people of Kyiv have survived another brutal night. Their courage, combined with the skill of Ukraine's defenders, ensures that the capital remains a symbol of resistance rather than surrender. What do you think? Can Russia's repeated large-scale strikes on Kyiv eventually weaken Ukraine's military infrastructure enough to shift the momentum? Or will these attacks continue to fail strategically while strengthening Ukrainian resolve? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you want more detailed analysis of Russian missile and drone campaigns, Ukrainian air defense operations, civilian resilience in Kyiv, and the latest strategic developments in this war, smash the like button, share this video with others, and subscribe to Military Force. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching this full 8-minute breakdown. Stay informed, stay strong, and we'll see you in the next mission analysis.